This is Dan, and he's going to unload on the EPA.
Yeah, the reason we've got a problem in this country about the economy and everything, everybody thinks it's the Chinese, everybody thinks it's the Europeans, the Japanese, everybody. It's nobody to blame but ourselves. The EPA has done more damage to this country than anybody's ever think of what it's done. When the EPA was founded back in the 1960s and early 70s, when Richard Nixon established the EPA, yeah, we had real polluted streams, real polluted air, and things were bad. Well, that mission has been accomplished. The streams are clean, these things are clean. Now what's happening with the EPA, just like every other institution, it's trying to justify itself. Because it did its main mission, do you think it's going to say, hey guys, job well done? No, they're looking at every little thing. They're looking at fire trucks. They're looking at cars. Next thing you know, you're going to have something on your ass for a fart filter. For God's sakes, these people need to be put out on unemployment. We don't need them. They're hurting this country. They're shutting jobs down. They chased more people out of this country into other countries instead of, oh, we don't want to have no pollution here. Okay, so you go south of the border and get a 10-year-old kid to do it. Get a 10-year-old kid to cut the lead out of a battery. What the EPA done is a bunch of nobodies. They don't know what they're doing. They're dumber than hell. As an American, I'd rather live 15 minutes a free man and die of cancer than live 100 years under EPA's bullshit. You truck drivers out there, I wouldn't drive a truck. It's a sucker's bet. You're out there driving a truck, they're pulling you over for no reason at all. Oh, you got to have this, you got to have this. Now they got this urea in the engines they put in there. They're destroying the engines. Look what it's done to lawnmower engines. Everything that's going wrong in the past 30 years is because of the EPA. Remember the stuff they put in the gasoline that polluted our water? You take the gasoline from the 1950s and the 1940s, it didn't hurt nothing. It spilled, it went away. Microorganisms ate it up. You take the cars from the 1940s, they didn't put out the pollution that the things... Today, you got these catalytic converters, you got this converter, this electronic device, and all it does is rip you off out of your pocket. You show me somebody from the EPA and I'll show you an idiot, a jackass. And that's all they are, pure jackasses. They have no care about nothing. They drive around in the biggest SUVs with leather interiors. They act like they're kings and gods. They walk into people's companies. They threaten and they threaten. But do they have anything set up for the emissions when there's riots in the street, when the towns go up in flames? What's going on over in England? The EPA has done more damage to this country than anybody else can think. If you want to talk about terrorism, it's the EPA. Remember, contact your representative, your senator. Let's get rid of the EPA. Let's shut it down once and for all.
I'm Bill Hurst, and this is Marge, my wife. We're here at Highland Hill Farm on Route 313 in Fountainville, PA. These are a 9 to 10 foot green giant. The green giant is a very fast growing tree. It can grow upwards to 3 feet a year. And as you can see, it's measuring to 9 foot to the end of the main body of the tree, and the little tail that goes up we don't really count. These trees can be planted from 6 to 8 feet apart in straight rows or staggered rows. We do deliver and plant them up and down the East Coast, and they're great for windbreaks, screens, and buffers. If you have a heavy population of deer, the tree will be damaged slightly. What you might have to do if you have a lot of deer, you might have to spray it with some deer away. But generally speaking, if you have a minor deer population, like a deer every week or every other week walking through your yard, this tree will not be bothered. If you have a minor deer population, even the emerald greens can be eaten alive. So we recommend the green giants for a lot of windbreaks and screens and buffers for their deer resistance, their bug resistance, and another good feature of this tree is that it grows predominantly with one single leader, as you see here. Now this leader can almost be bent back to the ground. It's a very tough plant, and it takes a lot of abuse, and it can withstand a lot of wind and snow damage. It's forgiving on the soil types. and it can take a little bit of shade. The reason it can take some shade is, as you can see, it's a little bit open. A very close, dense tree like the emerald green can take no shade, but the green giant is more open, so it can live in a shaded environment. So give us a call. These are our 9 to 10 foot green giants at 215-651-8329. Thank you.